Hello YouTube! It's been a while, 3 or 4 weeks since I've shot a video. It's just been too damn cold to be in the garage. Today we're dealing with some stowaways. Got these gross little dead bug parts. I don't know what they are, little beetles, little spiders. I found these post facelift, so 2005, 2006, 2007 taillights. I don't remember what I got these off of, but would have been, I think they came off of a cross country. 2005, I believe, but they are the jewel version of the taillights, which is the post facelift on the V70s. So this is a 2002, so it originally had the older style. Pulled these out not knowing if they would work, but they actually have the LEDs, and we'll show you these at the end of the day. But I put these on, I pulled them out of the junkyard. I think they were 40 bucks a piece, so 40, 80 a side out of the junkyard. Not really sure if they would work or not, but I thought, what the hell, if they don't work, I'll put them in the cross country. Brought them home, put them into the V70, and they work great. The LEDs work, no error messages, everything's great. And then that was August, I believe, maybe in September, I was walking by the car and noticed these damn little stowaways. And I've been thinking to myself, I got to pull these off again. And when I did put these in last August, I had just hodgepodge from my original units and these units I pulled out of the junkyard, just a hodgepodge of the best bulbs available. I thought to myself, since I got to pull this off and see if I can get these stowaways out, I wonder, let's just go ahead and order the IPD light bulb set and put new light bulbs into the back. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to open this up. I don't know if I can blast it with some air, put a vacuum to it. I don't know how we're going to get in here. I really don't want to pull them apart and reseal them. I can always just, for another 40 bucks, find another lower unit in the junkyard if I can't get rid of these little stowaways. But we're going to do our best today, and we're also going to show how to get in here and change out the bulbs and pull off this side. We're not going to pull off the other side. Don't really need to do that. It doesn't have any stowaways. So that's what we're doing today, YouTube. By the way, just to give you a heads up, I said it's been too cold. Today's leap day. It's 64 degrees outside. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, February 29th. I've been putting this project off since last fall. Didn't really feel like being out here in the cold, but now it's gorgeous. Time to get this done and see what we can put together. All right, YouTube, just give you a full view of this, stepping back a little bit. There's the upper unit on the facelift jeweled tail light. The upper piece, you can see it's clear, more clear here, and it has the jeweled background and a little bit of sparkle to it. The lower with the sparkle in the opening. And just to give you a direct comparison, here's the unit that that came on the car, and you can just see them side by side. One on the left is the original 2002 pre-facelift. One on the right is the jeweled 2005, 2006, 2007 V70 taillights. So you can get these, they're the same on the cross countries and the V70s, and they do work. And you can tell right here on the sides, on your left is the original 2002, no LEDs, and in the back on the right there, the one that's in right now installed, you can see the 4 little LED strips that do light up. They are red for a little side marker. All right, YouTube, got the YouTube music cranking some Van Halen in the background on the laptop. But yeah, it was September. I ordered this on September 19th when I knew I was going to pull this apart again and replace all these bulbs. So IPD just sells a tail lamp bulb kit, literally with shipping, $18.60 to my door. So piece of cake. All right, YouTube, got it. The seats are laid down. Got it laying here in sport camper mode, because to take this off, take off this tail lights, both of these, there's 10 millimeters we got to access from these back panels. So all these trim pieces got to come off. And we start here with this light bulb right there in the dead center. I'm laying down on the inside. So this is going to come off. That allows this side piece to come off. This whole side has to come off to allow that one to come off. If I remember right, this one comes off as well. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Word of warning, and I know this from advice, when you pry this cover off, this light bulb, that's like a little halogen type bulb. It's been sitting here for probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. When I pull this off, that little baby's gonna be hot. Don't touch that, or disconnect your battery so you don't have to deal with it. But as soon as I pop that bulb out, I don't have to worry about the battery, so it's not a big draw. And there it is, just popped it out with the screwdriver. You can see the little green thing's got a little press tab on the top, but do not touch that light bulb. It will burn your finger. I learned that the hard way back in August. Alright YouTube, hope you're enjoying this. Gonna give you the circus music time lapse. Have fun, enjoy. No. Okay. Alright YouTube, we're laying in the back now. The covers are off. I can see all the way in here. Again, you do not have to do this just to change the light bulbs. When we do the other side, we'll just reach through the little pockets. But since I want to see if I can get the stowaways out of here, we're going to take the entire assembly apart. This panel has to come off. When you get in here, let's see this adjust. There's a 10mm screw there with a long stud. There's one here. I think there's one in there. So 3. 1, 2, 3 on the long piece. And then 1 here, 2, and down there, 3. So there's, oh no, that's not one. That's just a little, there's one in here somewhere. I think there's one down in there. Can't remember. Not seeing it. Thought there was a third one on the bottom. Anyway, it's got a plastic stud that goes through that one and that one. So maybe it's just the 2. I think it's just the 2 for the bottom piece, but the top piece has 3. So yep, we're gonna pull this apart and let's see what happens. See if I can get to these stowaways. All right, YouTube, gonna show you. This is all loose now. It's all loose, and I can pull these out. But I want to show you up here real quick on the top because this one is broken. When I put this in, it didn't have the little tab, and I pulled another one from the junkyard. But I thought about installing it, but it's just not in as good a condition. It's a little marred up. I think I'll just sell this one. You can see up at the top, it's supposed to have a little tab that sticks out. This one doesn't have it. See that there? That little tab is supposed to be there. Let me show you how to do this real quick. So this little cap goes on the, what's this called? The drip rail molding. These are good as gold, hard to find, that have not been cut for roof racks. So on these sport wagons, these are really, really hard to find. My advice is if you see one in the junkyard, pull it. If it's the color of your car, grab both of them if you can and just keep them because you're going to need them eventually. I had to. I went probably a year without the driver's side one before I found one in the junkyard. But anyway, this is a used cap. It's probably the old one from this car. But you can see it has a little tab that sticks down right there. So it sits in there. This is one for the other side. So it's backwards to what we're looking at on this side. But it gives you the idea is it has a little male piece that sits in there. It's supposed to go through that black tab from the taillight. So it's supposed to sit in there. So to get these off, you got to lift it out of the taillight and then it will slide directly out of the grooves for the drip molding. It just has a little locking flexible plastic. If you you might be able to pull it straight out with this thing unbolted. That'll probably work. Actually, that's probably the best way. Leave it in the male part of the taillight and pull the whole thing straight back, and you can get this to slide out of the drip molding. But yeah, grab these if you see them because they break. I had 2 extra ones, and when I replaced these taillights back in August, I put on the 2 new ones. These are hard to find. I think I'd order these from Volvo USA or Volvo North America. So just grab them when you can. And just like that, they are completely off. They just kind of, there's a little little black tabs right here. You just kind of push those in. They're little flexible guys. You just kind of flex them. There's two up here on this one. They just flex and allow it to pop off those are just grabbing on the inside of these channels. They just pop it, and then you can reach in here when they're loose and just disconnect these little wire connectors, and you're good. Now we got access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs, and we're going to switch these out. Actually, YouTube, I totally forgot. We're not going to switch them out. First, we're going to see if we can get the damn stowaways out of here. Whatever these beetle husk dead bugs from you pull and pay are. That's gross. So it looks like there's a tiny... I hope these are star nuts, I think. Torques, little tiny torques that hold in the element for the LED lighting. There's those bugs again. So I think if I get this cap off, I might be able to suck those out with a vacuum cleaner. All right, that worked. It's my next to smallest Torques that I have on this little set. Don't even know what size that is. It's very small. It's a little cover. Remember, it was sitting in there like that. It's just a little metal cover with a foam backing. And by taking these wires and taking them out of their little grooves, I was able to get just enough slack, sliding that slack through. These are the 4 little LEDs, and I could pop them out. Now I have access through those holes. I'm hoping we can stick a vacuum cleaner on there and just suck out the bug guts. Because the bug guts are literally, oh, gross. Look at that. It's like a big old freaking cricket or something. I don't know. You, what is that, entomologists? You tell me what that is. These things are scary looking. Gross. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get these out with a vacuum. It's not going to be pretty. Alright, YouTube. I can't believe this actually worked. Just those 4 little holes. They're literally the size of these tiny LEDs. Look at the size of my finger next to those. And just by tapping it a little bit on a towel on the counter here, tapping it back and forth, popping them loose. Looking to see if I got any other bits. There are no more stowaways. I swear to you, this is the same light. Just by tapping it back and forth, swinging them until I could see the little bodies sticking below the holes, sticking my vacuum cleaner on there and just sucking them through in little bits. They are gone. Yeah, we're just going to change light bulbs, put this back together. Alright, push the LEDs back into place, push this wire back through, because remember I had to take it off these little toggles that it runs through to get slack to lift it out. So I'm just pushing it back. It just pretty much sits in there, and you can see a little line right there above my thumbnail where it just creates pressure in the foam and holds it into place. So we're going to put it back together. It's all back together, YouTube. You can see the 4 LEDs on the side markers. Again, those are the little 4 red LEDs on the Facelift Volvos. And then I'm so happy that it had this plate. I had no idea that it had these. Don't even remember putting this in here and seeing this. My big plan today was to literally pull this bulb out and blast in there, because I knew I didn't want to take this apart and take the risk of it getting water inside of it in the future, unsealing it. My big plan today was to take the air compressor and just blast air in there and see if I could break those spiders and bugs into bits, and then somehow suck them through this hole, the light bulb, when they're all the way over here. And I knew that wasn't ideal. Having that open up made it so much easier. I didn't even think there would be a panel for that, but that made my life a lot easier. Now we're just going to pull all these bulbs are working, but I knew I was coming back in here, ordered that kit from IPD, and we're going to switch them all out. There they are. Just pulled them out one at a time, bottom to top. Super simple. Just made sure they all matched and went back in. Again, bottom, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 on the top. And that's it. Now we just go reinstall these. And they're back in. They're just sitting in there. I got to do the 10 millimeter bolts, but you can see the connectors are on the back side. Connected up. New bulbs are in there. Just got to tighten up 10 millimeter bolts. All done, YouTube. That turned out to be so much easier. I don't know why I waited till leap day once every 4 years to do it, but they're all in. They're snug. They're not moving. There are no stowaways. Although I did see, I just looked over here for grens. There's a couple stowaway bodies in here. I'm not going to worry about those. We'll let them disintegrate a little bit more and I'll suck them out with the vacuum cleaner later. So yeah, this side we're just going to do it the normal way, see if we can access it through the normal panels. I have a lot on this side pulled apart to be able to get to that tail light. Showed you how to do that so you can replace your tail lights. But I think we can reach in here through the fuse box and I pull off this speaker cover. I can get to the top with 2 bulbs up here and 3 bulbs down here and we should be good to go. Damn, YouTube, the sun is, it's 420 on leap day. Haha. Welcome to Colorado, baby. But yeah, I had to get rid of the hoodie. You can see I'm gonna flip it around, but I just wanted to show you how nice it is out here. I am toasty warm in this direct sunlight. All right, YouTube, I'm gonna show you these real quick. There's the bottom one. the second one on the bottom, and the third one on the bottom is, I can just get my fingers on it, so you can just feel the tab. It's up there, so it's all I gotta do, like an eighth of a turn, and it'll pop right out. And then we got two on the top. Oh, there we go. Block some sunlight, you can see them. So we got one here and one there. So you just a little eighth of a turn, and they slide out. Change the bulbs. Oh my God, YouTube, that was harder. That top one in here on the bottom light, the third bulb on the very top of the bottom light. Oh my God, that's hard to get to. You can get them in. It's just hard to get any leverage on your fingertips to torque them to get them to spin back into their place. So yeah, I'd almost say it's easier to pull these panels off and take them completely apart, although you're probably going to break the drip rail molding piece that goes to the top of the taillight. So yeah, I don't know, take your time, you can do it. That's a wrap. We're gonna put this thing back together. I'm actually gonna play with the headliner on this thing. My daughter bought me it's all here. The headliner's in great shape. The only thing that's sagging is the sunroof cover, and I kind of just push it back, so it's not sagging that bad. But I'm kind of toying with the idea of pulling this entire headliner down and replacing it with a navy blue one that would match my V70R Nordcap blue seats. What do you think, YouTube? Let me know. Comment down below. My daughter bought me a next gear, something like that, camera system for my car, and I just got my permanent power supply tap today. So I think I'm not going to put this back together. I think we're going to leave it now. I'm going to start it up and make sure that all the lights are working. No error messages, and I think I'm going to see if I can tuck some cords along this headliner all the way to the front. YouTube, we're done. That was easy. The bulbs are changed. The bug guts are out. No more stowaways in the V70 Ragnar. It's still 60-some degrees, although the big shadows, you can see them coming across the street. It's now probably 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:45, something like that. And it's getting cold. Back to the hoodie. Ragnar is done. Do me a favor. Jump down there, hit the subscribe button so you can follow along. I got more video content coming now that it's warming up. Going to be out here probably once a week, every 2 weeks, doing some projects, including the Previa and the cross country sitting over there. It's parked behind the wall. Can't see it. So anyway, be safe, YouTube. Have fun out there. Be safe. Subscribe. Follow along. Look forward to seeing you soon. All right, YouTube. It's finally dark out on Leap Day. And I can start this up. I'm going to give you a bonus cold start since you made it this long in the video. Bonus cold start, and I'll show you those LEDs on the side. There we go. Yep, see them? So the facelift lights have the 4 little LED side markers on the side. And over here, where we had the stowaways. No more stowaways. 4 markers. They are working perfect. Don't they look nice at night? Yeah, I like those. All right, be safe out there, YouTube. Remember, subscribe.